fracking, there's no question that it's a health and safety hazard. It was unlivable.
The Green New Deal is an attack on every American family.
They wanted to make us the bad guys.
I'm going to move to fracking. You want a total ban on natural gas extraction.
Yep. Climate change, a top issue for Democrats in 2020. Heading into Super Tuesday, Bernie Sanders is leading Texas, and he's fighting for the Green New Deal and a fracking ban.
This is an existential threat. You know what that means, Chuck? That means we're fighting for the future of this planet.
But the state is one of the top oil producers in the world. And you might be surprised, a fracking ban has already been tried in one Texas town.
Hundreds have actually filed into City Hall and the extra sites out here tonight for this one. The council will act at the end of this to either ban fracking or let the voters decide in November.
People started to realize that this was completely different than regular drilling. It had nothing to do with politics for us. It had to do with whether we could live with this industry next to us.
So how exactly would a fracking ban play out here? I went to Texas to find out. How many jobs are there in the oil and gas industry here?
We have over 428,000 Texans that have a direct paycheck from oil and natural gas. So while we're about 14% of the direct economy, when you look at the indirect impact, we're almost 30% of the direct and indirect economy.
What would an anti-fracking president do to Texas economically?
I really don't see that as an attack on oil and gas or Texas. I see the Green New Deal as an attack on every American family whose cost of living would go up. Let's make certain that we're working toward a cleaner energy future, but let's don't unnecessarily punish American families by displacing a product that is indispensable to modern life as we know it.
Going into Super Tuesday, Bernie Sanders is leading. If he were to win the nomination, do you think that he would have a chance of winning Texas in November?
We don't think that politicians who are campaigning to do away with the very resources that makes modern life function is a realistic platform for America.
One of the ways that Senator Sanders has positioned the ban on fracking is that the cost to the environment is greater than the initial costs to the American people or to the economy. There is some evidence that fracking can lead to earthquakes. We talk about flaring and air quality. How do you respond to the arguments about the cost to the environment and the cost to the economy?
So I think there are some fundamental truths that are disregarded in some of the comments that are made, and that is the air quality is actually better today than it was 10 to 15 years ago. That's something that every American, every Texan can resonate with. They know their lives are better today than it was 10 to 15 years ago because of improved technology.
Here's the thing. One town actually did try to permanently ban fracking. Denton, Texas.
Denton could be the first city in the state to ban fracking.
You're dealing with chemicals, you're dealing with noise, pollution, all kinds of different problems come in with fracking. So what we had to do is try to get it on the ballot so that the people themselves could vote to see whether they wanted fracking in Denton or not. Everybody turned out for the fracking vote. Everybody did, and we won.
Denton's ban did pass, but it only lasted 196 days. That's when the state legislature passed a ban on the fracking ban.
All of this comes as the city council considers repealing the city's fracking ban because a new state law makes it useless.
Texas still depends a lot upon petroleum revenue. The way the system works is you garner access to your legislator, and they support it. And that's clearly what happened.
Fracking has now dwindled in Denton, even without the ban. But fracking is still happening in Arlington, where you are, Ingrid. What's going on in Arlington?
There's still active new wells going to be drilled and have been drilled in the last 2 years.
Is there a world in which Arlington would try to pursue a fracking ban similar to what Denton did? Is that possible in Texas anymore?
I don't think that's ever going to happen in Arlington.
Why do you think the people in Denton felt strongly enough to do this?
I think there was misinformation provided about the impact on water quality and air quality.
But people were there in town, seeing the process every day and breathing the air and drinking the water.
And they're living successfully as a result of that. Denton is growing, it's successful, all while oil and gas activities occurred.
What do you say to industry leaders who say that the campaign in Denton was misinformed.
I'd say I wouldn't expect them to say anything less, because that's the only defense they had. They had no way of showing us that fracking was safe, that fracking didn't pollute water, on and on and on and on.
There's a looming question about whether a federal fracking ban is even legally possible. Much of the fracking here in Texas happens on lands that are owned by the state or privately held. Still, as we inch closer to November, more than half of Texas Democrats voting in the primary said they would oppose the Green New Deal if it meant job losses in the oil and gas industry. Senator Bernie Sanders is the frontrunner in the Democratic primary for Texas. When you think about his proposal to create a fracking ban on the national level, how does that play out here?
The only thing that's going to stop it is a market shift, because most of the politicians respond only to the bottom line right now.
You don't think that Senator Sanders' fracking ban could ever happen here?
I don't. Not in Texas. No way. The power structure is got it locked down.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.